Hi friends, motivated by my book The Power of Self-Talk, I'm again back with a very interesting topic. And today I'm going to talk about FOMO, failure of missing out. By the time this video will end, you will understand what exactly the meaning of FOMO, how it is impacting our life, and what we can do so that we can remain unaffected or we can reduce the impact of FOMO in our life. Let me share an interesting story. This story is of a 90-year-old lady who was living with her husband, and they were enjoying the life, and she was always dressed very beautifully, always do a lot of makeup and enjoying every moment of life. One day her husband passed away. Now she thought that rather than living alone in the big house, let me shift to the old age home. So she decided to shift to our old age home. So on that day again, she dressed gracefully, had a very good makeup, and then when she went to that place, that lady who welcomed her there, she was surprised to see that a lady of 90 years, so elegantly dressed and looking so beautiful. Now that lady started explaining about the room, about the furniture, about the other inmates who are going to be there in that old age home. After listening that old lady said, wow, it's a wonderful place. I'm going to enjoy this place. Thank God that I've come to the right place. Now listening that lady said that you have not even seen the place, you have not even seen the room, you have not met the people. How can you say that things will be so good? So at that time that old lady say that my decision to be happy is not based on the furniture, it is not based on the people around me, it is based on what I think about it, because I choose to be happy. Every morning when I wake up, my first decision is that today I'm going to remain happy, and that's what I do it. So irrespective of what is going to happen here, I have decided I'm going to remain happy. And dear friend, this is what really happens, that when we think about complaining, that comes very naturally. But when we think about happiness, that is a choice that is with us. It all depends upon us what we are choosing, happiness or complaining. There's a very, very interesting quote which has been said by Albert Einstein. He said, try not to become a man of success, rather become a man of value. So it happens with us also. When we talk about FOMO, failure of missing out, what exactly happens? There are two words, failure of missing out. It means that something is happening in our life where we are not there. Say for example, we have not been able to go to the lunch with our friends. Maybe there was a TV program but we have not seen that. Maybe a series is coming in OTT, but because of some reason I have not seen it. Or maybe I was supposed to meet a bunch of friends, I could not do that. Now that is second point. That now I am fearing that since I am not there, what will happen? So we are always under anxious state. We are always having a less self-belief in ourselves that what will happen if I miss something. And because of that, we try to do many things. Say for example, it is as simple as that if we get little bit more time to spend with ourselves, we start questioning ourselves that whether it is right to not to do anything, whether it is right not to fight or not to be in competition with people. Why don't I see some old mails which are pending rather than sitting idle? All those things come in our mind. And what happens when we are having that fear of missing out something? At that time we start feeling that people can go ahead of us, people can become more active, and there will be certain things which I will not be able to demonstrate that I am like that. And the more we think about it, the more we become like that. As simple as that, if I give my example on LinkedIn, in case I see a post that one of my friend or a colleague has received an award, the first thought that comes to my mind is, why not me? And then I just try to avoid that person or avoid to see that post. But then later on when I see that there are so many thumbs ups and so many messages which are coming, then another thought comes in my mind that if I don't say anything, then it means that I am missing out something, and people will may feel that I am not there. So irrespective of whether I am liking that person, whether I want to congratulate that person, still I go ahead and do that. One very interesting thing with respect to social media is that the more we see that, the more deeper we go. Another challenge with that is that the more we are with social media, the more we get isolated from the people. So at that time, sometimes we don't feel good, we have some anxiety. Now to take care of that anxiety, rather than meeting with the people, rather than spending more time with friends and colleagues, we try to spend more time with ourselves, and then it becomes a vicious circle wherein the more time we spend with social media, more time we spend with laptop and so many other things, the more isolated we become, and the more isolated we become, the more anxiety comes in. And we always want to make sure that we should always be sort of in line with everyone. Like you must have seen in the airport that when the plane lands, what you must have seen is that everyone pounces on their mobile as if they want to just make sure that in the last 2 hours, whatever has happened, they want to know immediately, so that they are not missing out about any information which has happened in their mobile box, in the mailbox, or maybe in their any social media. But what happens when we are focused too much on social media? The more we are focusing on social media, the more alone we become, and the more aloof become, it results into many different things. The main thing is that we start disbelieving ourselves. We don't trust ourselves, and we always question our intentions. And that's the reason, if you look into the number of divorce cases, number of people preferring live-in relationship over the marriages, the number of people leaving the job and changing and going to new jobs is increasing only because of FOMO. Well, very interesting thing in this particular thing has been said by Brain Brown. He said, daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves, even when we risk disappointing others. And we must have seen the impact of social media, the impact of spending too much time on social media. You must have seen that people don't feel sleeping. People, even they are sleeping, maybe in the night they wake up after some time. Insomnia has become very common. And because of that, even after we are sleeping for 10 hours or 12 hours, still when we are waking up, we are not feeling very happy, we are not feeling healthy, but we are still feeling very tired. It has also resulted in many other relationship issues. If you look into the people, the obesity, especially in the youngsters, have increased because of spending too much time on social media and not doing anything physically. Well, it has been very, very rightly said that the reason we struggle with insecurity is because we compare our behind the scenes with everyone else's highlighted scene. And that's what we are seeing it also, that if you look into the Instagram reel, people are trying to make different kind of reels, maybe jumping from the window, or maybe crossing the railway platform, or maybe standing somewhere on the cliff of the building, and all those risky things. Why? Because they want to get the attention of the people as much as possible. Now, social media is not bad, social media is good. Even this particular video is telecasted through social media. But the important is that whether we are using the social media or social media is using us. And when we talk about FOMO, it is, the word is new, but then that concept or this anxiety, this depression, this lack of self-belief is there for years and years. If you go and see our old history, then even if you see that Ramayana and Mahabharata, there also all the wars have happened only because of this particular thing. Now what to do? The first and the foremost thing is that we should try to spend as much as time with the positive people, the people who we like, the people who can give us the right thoughts and the positive thoughts. Jim Rohn has said a very interesting thing. He said that we are an average of 5 people around us. So we need to identify who are the right people for us, and we should try to spend as much time as with them. Then second important thing is that to be in gratitude, that whatever we are doing today, whatever we achieved, whether we are thanking people or not, because at times we feel that we are doing everything, we are responsible for all the good things happening, but actually it is not so. There are so many people who are responsible for our success. And then often we are talking about detoxing the digital things. So that is another thing that we can think about, is that can we leave our mobile, can we leave our laptop for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and then can see that how do we feel, whether we are feeling comfortable or not. But the more we practice, there is a high possibility that we will be able to have that little fear less than we are having at this particular time. There is a very good thing which has been said, that everything you want is on the other side of the fear. If I talk about myself, I also have this kind of fears with respect to social media and missing out so many things. But I am challenging myself every day, and every day I am becoming a much better person than the previous day. what you are doing. I'm looking for your feedback. Thank you.